Ooh. Hey, let's go. It begins. Man, Blizzard has so many franchises. Like, so many good games. And yet they keep fucking it all. Well, we don't know. Maybe this is gonna be like the presentation to fix it all. Maybe they will announce some really good shit, like PvE for Overwatch. No, they won't. They probably won't. Oh, they definitely won't.
This is Blizzcon 2023.
Let's see what brand new thing they will cancel this time or announce.
The president of Blizzard
I mean,
Entertainment,
Metzen is back, so he might fix it.
Ibarra.
I mean, I'm not really holding those cards there. Metzen is a great person, but I don't think he has the power to make, you know, to save franchises. He's gonna be working on World of Warcraft mainly, but it's like, still.
Oh man, you know, this is the best gaming community in the world. Hands
Whoa.
down.
Whoa.
Hands down. Thank you. Wow.
Man, he looks like an alien. That fucking smile.
You know, it is so
I
good.
do not believe for a
Back in
second.
person, finally. All of us. I love you too. All of us.
Oh man.
Players can relate to. The Blizzard community grows. And more importantly, our friendships grow. All of us are so grateful to be part of this community. And in everything we do, we are in service to you.
I think I'm getting too old. Like, if this was like 6 years ago when I was still playing, like Legion time or before BFA, I might have enjoyed this speech. Right now it's just kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's the usual, you know, GPT speech.
Within those worlds, bring them to life. And your connections with each other are what inspires us the most.
He keeps talking about the connections for like a good 5 minutes now.
About Blizzard
in class-based shooters. Blizzard's influence is everywhere. And because of its enduring legacy and phenomenal revolutionary
Man, they are word padding this, aren't they? All about the community, us coming together. It's all about you guys. Our responsibility to you guys.
Now that Blizzard is part of Xbox, we will
Microtransaction and microtransaction.
what has made
Yeah.
Blizzard unique.
Is that where the word Microsoft comes from? Yeah, gaming.
And I'm honored to be able to be here to help
I don't know why
develop
Spencer's
all
moves
of
just
you
remind too much of Trump. The way their hands
BlizzCon
similar, and the way they talk too.
What's in store for players? I can say the future of Blizzard.
I can say the future of Blizzard includes a
You all
war.
have so much to look forward
It's
to
all
in this
about
show.
you. They do have like very similar mannerisms. Also, I think he's literally dressed in the same
So I'll
clothes
get out of
he
here,
was
let
wearing
you
at
see the
FanFest.
show. Thanks everyone for the warm reception, and have a great time at BlizzCon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Team has been working hard to make sure no one could predict who this next hero is.
Oh, yo, they're gonna announce something. Let's go.
We haven't leaked a spray or two, and we've left 0 hints, especially not in our recent Samoa map. Now, who's ready to meet the newest hero?
Let's see.
Sorry to keep you all waiting. But now that I'm here, let's have some fun.
Are you fucking kidding me?
All right. Both hearts pumping. I got your back. For now. Here I come. Says quick Dicky. We got what we want.
Season 1.
40% faster. Look at that. They did the math right this time.
I know
they
I've
did
been
it.
taking advantage of that experience boost, and I have 2 characters in Season 2 already. Of course, all that leveling is about getting that amazing loot. So we've also changed how item power works. We've raised the power cap, and it's now more closely tied to the level of monster you defeat to get it. The more challenging the fight, the better the loot.
Man.
There's still lots of work to be done with reworking items.
What was it before?
In fact, it's one of our
Hold
highest
on.
priorities.
Hold the
For
fucking
this,
phone. What the fuck was
along
it
with
before?
upgrades to some of our unique items.
You
Jungle.
abdicated your choice to this child. And with every step she takes, I grow stronger. There will be
Oh, look, guys, Dawn Trail.
salvation in the light.
Vessel of Hatred. Wow. I guess they're gonna continue the story.
Comes new ways to play, new evils to vanquish, and, of course, a completely new class never seen before in the Diablo universe.
New class? Ooh. Let's see. What other... Like, they could have fixed the talents and the balancing, but they decided to go for a new class. Okay, sure. Fucking let's go.
Now, before we leave, we want you to know that it's your passion that drives us. Your feedback will continue
Show
to
us the
help
class.
evolve and improve the Diablo 4
Show us the
experience
fucking
for years
class.
to come.
Show us what I...
We couldn't
Let's
be
be
more
honest, the
excited
class is
about our
gonna
future.
cost money,
We
just like
hope you
Necromancer
do.
did.
Our team has put in a lot of hard work, and we love seeing your love for this game. So
Show
please
us
join us
the
tomorrow.
class.
We have a special Diablo 4 campfire panel where we'll be sharing more details about the expansion, deeper dive on some of the upcoming.
They're not gonna
game
show the
changes.
class. They
We'll
literally just
also
gonna
have a
mention it in
special
one
Q&A
sentence and
session to
leave,
close
are
it out.
they?
So enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, and we'll see you in Sanctuary.
Are they? No, they're not. They literally just... All of that talking, one sentence of, also, we're gonna introduce a new class you've never seen before. Okay, bye. What the fuck? Okay, time for Warcraft. Are they gonna talk about community for like 40 minutes and then tell us like one minor update for 5 minutes, or are we actually gonna get something?
The general manager of Warcraft, John Haidt.
We ran out of stuff to show here. Here, watch this 20-year-old commercial. Yeah, pretty much.
And thank you.
So, the skeptical
And we
silence.
are ready to work. Anybody here is a great day for Warcraft.
Ooh, yeah, Warcraft. Fucking
This
amazing.
is the
Love it.
beginning of a bold new chapter that
Is
will
it?
take us through the next 3 decades and beyond.
What?
Oh yeah,
What is this promise? Like,
with a variety of
you already,
games
like, most of your team was already not the
welcome
original
everyone
team at
to
Blizzard.
find your community.
Now most of your team is going to be dead by the time you're going to, like, realize whatever this content is.
The very first BlizzCon was introduce our first expansion. So it's only fitting that we're here today to lay the foundation for WoW's future.
Foundation, by the
Yeah.
way. We're in patch 10.0.
Azeroth
something.
is a home we can always
And now they
escape
have a
to.
foundation for something
A home
new.
that is always waiting for us.
I think they're just literally trying to copy
Together,
14
we
at
build
this
this
point.
universe.
This is like way
Our
too on the
teams
nose.
craft the worlds and the adventures, but it is all of you who bring it to life. You are the heartbeat of the brand new adventures that are about to unfold. From all of us on the Warcraft teams here at Blizzard Entertainment, thank you.
Bring out Yoshi P. Yeah. Okay, they got my attention. Let's see where they're gonna go with it.
Please welcome from Hearthstone, lead designer Cora Georgiou.
Never mind, I don't care anymore. God damn it.
That's a lot of new cards, on top of 5 sets that are already in the standard rotation. And if you're a new player or you're coming back after a break, that can be a little overwhelming. So we have been hard at work to make it easier than ever to join us. We're excited to announce
Deleting like 90% of the
ketchup
cards.
packs.
Ketchup
These are
pack.
game-changing for getting your collection caught up. 50 cards from a single ketchup pack.
Yo, guys, look, I got a ketchup pack. Fuck off.
All of our players are going to get catch-up packs to open once you log
The
in.
more she
And
says,
for
the
all of you
funnier
here
it
at
is.
BlizzCon in person, or those of you at home who purchased either BlizzCon collection,
This shit is gonna be sponsored by
we're also giving you a
KFC.
few
I swear to
more
God.
packs.
It is really made out of a genuine love for Warcraft by people with deep roots in the universe.
Guys, do you think they have like people planted among the crowd to actually start cheering and clapping when they, you know, announce shit? Because I'm sensing like a lot of low energy and a lot of like not a lot of people interested in whatever the fuck they got to say about a lot of these games. Yo, you're gonna get more cards. You're also you can also play mobile.
Holly Longdale.
Okay, yo, World of Warcraft time. Let's go. Let's see.
Wow. What's up, BlizzCon?
He's dressed like a red mage. Wait, isn't she responsible for World of Warcraft Classic? Am I bugging?
Well,
I might be
can you
bugging.
believe
I
we've
might be
been
thinking of
playing
someone
World
else.
of Warcraft for almost 20 years.
Maybe it's still too early. They didn't give coffee with the battle pass. God, I hope it comes with coffee. Otherwise, I'm not getting it. That outfit just misses one belt to be cool. Yeah, and a hat.
And we raced home to install those WoW discs one by one. Across nearly 2 decades, players all over the world have taken part in the stories of Jaina, Sylvanas, Arthas, and Thrall.
God, but one of those 4 people is dead though.
And together we've jumped through the portal into Outland. We sailed off in.
Oh, this is classic, isn't it? They're just talking about classic now.
The world with that.
They all seem so unsure about what they announced. It seems, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like nervous laughter in their voice.
And so have we, particularly in the past year. The entire team across both Modern and Classic have embraced their communities. We are truly listening to your voices and taking action.
No, that's not true. Don't say that out loud. Don't even try.
Now is the perfect time to prepare to close chapters, open new ones, and double down on why we all fell in love with World of Warcraft in the first place.
They're gonna double down. So now we will release Dragonflight Classic, pretty much, yeah.
With that in mind, let's get to it. As many of you know, WoW Classic was born out of the community's passion.
It is fucking classic. Retail is just gonna be like at the very back
And
end.
of course, most of you know that still drives us today. Like just in August, inspired by our community, we released Classic Hardcore.
Damn.
So, in Hardcore, you only get one life. And if you die, you may laugh, you may cry, you may have to replace the keyboard, but you go again. We've loved watching you take on the challenge or die trying. And because the hardcore community has asked, the team is planning to add a new way to play hardcore.
Would be sad if someone griefed on the last game. Yeah. It'd be very sad.
And last month in Wrath Classic, we released the Fall of the Lich King patch. And while there's still more to come in Wrath, earlier this year, we looked at your feedback to think about where are we gonna go next.
Not a mention of retail. Not a single mention.
A lot, and I mean a lot of your feedback on social media forums, and we sent out surveys to our players. And here at BlizzCon, we're happy to announce
The survey was the...
Cataclysm is coming.
Wow. Guys, who saw that coming? I did not. Ooh,
It's coming with
I did not think this would be announced. Wow. Ooh, wow.
based on your feedback, just like you'd expect from Classic. So now,
Wrath of the Lich King was the last
let's
favorite
jump
expansion,
into
right?
the Wayback
Yeah,
Machine
people did not
and
like
get a
Cataclysm.
reminder of all things.
They were not a fan of the Cataclysm. Oh no, they're showing the Cataclysm trailer. Oh, is this actually the Cataclysm trailer? Not sure. It looks remade. Oh, that's right. They hired the guy that did a lot of like animated videos in Warcraft. They hired him to do the trailers. Oh yeah, goblins and worgens. Why are they releasing it again? Because there's nowhere else to go. They kind of have to. Oh, this fucking nightmare road. Music is cool as fuck. Yeah, music is good on a lot of the World of Warcraft content, but sometimes it's a hit or miss, but sometimes it's really good. This trailer is really fucking good. It's really good.
This is my realm.
Deathwing was such a cool character, but the raid where you fight Deathwing was just absolute fucking atrocity. It was a human rights violation. Like, you pop pimples on his back and then fought his head. That's it. It was such a waste. Wasn't it like Bismarck? It was worse. Bismarck was at least like understandable and doable, but this is just, it's way worse.
Get ready, my friends.
I'm pretty sure I heard more people fucking...
Get ready, my friends, because the road to Deathwing's destruction is coming in the first half of next year.
Wow.
Over the past 4 years of Classic, we've watched you master the vanilla experience, and we've loved it. So much, in fact, that we thought we'd add some unique flavor with a seasonal note and a dash of discovery. Season of Discovery is vanilla WoW with a spicy twist. You're going to discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities. Have you ever wondered what it might be like to be a tanking warlock?
Oh god.
Or take on the role of a mage healer? In
What?
Season of Discovery, you can.
Even the crowd is like very confused, huh?
The season is going to launch with an initial level cap of 25, and when you hit that max level, you'll be met with the brand new level 25 endgame.
Season cap
You'll
25.
discover a brand new 10-player Black Fathom Deeps raid with new and reimagined bosses, mechanics, and of course, rewards.
Reimagined.
Then, after a couple of
What does that
months,
mean?
we'll raise the level cap a bit. You'll find even more endgame content, and so it will go. If you're here at BlizzCon, you can play the Black Fathom Deeps raid in the Warcraft Hall.
Yay! I guess.
So,
I like that they're just not gonna talk about retail whatsoever. They didn't even mention retail. Like hardcore, yeah. Classic, yeah.
For all of you
Hearthstone,
watching online,
yeah.
don't worry, You won't have to wait long to play. Because we want you to discover all of the secrets together, there will be no public testing.
Poor whore.
WoW
Sorry,
Classic
poor
Season
whore.
of Discovery launches
That girl is so
in a few
uncomfy.
short
Yeah.
weeks on November 30th.
Yeah. She looks very comfortable.
For more information on the Season of Discovery and Cataclysm, don't miss the Classic panel this afternoon. All right, now it's time to talk to my Dragon Riders in Modern WoW.
Yo, let's go! Retail!
Our
Wait,
team
Dragon?
remains committed to giving you meaningful game updates about every 8 weeks.
Oh, there's not gonna be a new
More
expansion
content
announcement.
sprinkled in between.
Well, there.
We really want
How long has
Azeroth
Dragonflight
to
been out?
feel
Has it been like
alive,
2 years
home
yet?
you want to come back to no matter how
Don't
you
think.
play.
No, hold on.
Our next major update, Guardians of the Dream, is going live in just
Yeah,
5
they should be
days.
announcing a new expansion now.
I want to give a shout out to my elves. It is finally our time.
What's up, fellow no, elves?
1 week later, season 3 will
How it
start
going,
with the last raid
fellow
of the
elves?
expansion, Amirdrasil, the Dream's Hope. There we will have our final showdown with Farak and defend our new world tree. But fear not, that's not the end of our time in the Dragon Isles. There's a lot more to come in Dragonflight that will serve as both the epilogue of this story and the bridge to our next one.
Wow.
Like I said earlier,
What's the next one?
we are evolving. We are changing our approach to this big, beautiful game and how we look ahead to new chapters. Blizzcon,
Interesting.
it's time for a new adventure. One that has grown from the very seeds of what captured our hearts when we first set foot in Azeroth. For veteran players, the last 20 years have led us to this. And for those who have yet to join us, now is the time.
Is it me or they're saying like this every expansion now? They said the same thing in Shadowlands. Like,
in this journey?
a lot of this led us to this. I know we're in Dragonflight. A lot of this led us to this. She looks uncomfortable. Like, oh wow, retail.
Then someone who carved the path in the first place. Everyone.
Were the leaks right or not?
welcome
We're
my
about to find
friend
out.
and the executive creative director of the Warcraft universe, Chris Metzen.
Yo, yo, people are actually cheering. There's even music. Holy fuck, guys, let's go. I like that Chris Metzen is coming out like head down, like, oh shit, here we go again.
What up, Blizzcon?
Even I who can read emotion and see obvious discomfort and anxiety. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Everyone's like,
Where you at?
are waiting in anticipation, like, where is this going? Are they gonna fix the game? What the fuck?
BlizzCon as one.
Who's yelling? They're like showing shots of like a dead crowd. They're just like sitting.
Holy smokes! Thank you, thank you. It is. Thank you, guys. It has been a long, strange trip to get back to this spot. I tell you that. It has been interesting this past year being back under the hood of World of Warcraft. It has reminded me of a few things. One, I love Warcraft.
That's amazing. Wow.
Number two, you know what? I really missed this work. And number three, on the real, it feels amazing to be back and part of this Blizzard family again.
Has anyone of the old team left at Blizzard? Besides Chris Metzen coming back?
Next year is the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft. I can't even believe it. Whatever. How many of y'all have been playing from the beginning?
No, they haven't.
I love you.
Some of these people don't look old enough to have played this game from the beginning. No.
So given that... What was that?
Yeah, they look too young.
We started thinking, so what next? Right? What expansion...
What next?
What single storyline could possibly match such a historic occasion? We started thinking about, well, I did, the good old days, right? And some of those early mythic ideas that kind of established the background of Warcraft. Started thinking about...
He's hyping this up really well. Even I'm very interested in what he has to announce.
Feel a little unresolved. And in the mix of all that stuff, in the mix of all those ideas, particular things like, what the hell has Magni actually been babbling about all these years?
Are we actually going back to the sword?
That he came to warn us about in Battle for Azeroth, did it actually play out? Or is
we're going back to the sword, guys! Yo!
Darker,
we're going back to the sword!
On the horizon. I don't know.
I don't know.
Will there eventually be an apocalyptic confrontation between the forces of the light and the void?
Probably not.
Talk to me, Blizzcon. I'll tell you what, for nothing. My pally Maine, I'm all in on that kind of thing. If it happens, it's gonna happen. And really the big question for all the marbles, what have the Titans actually been doing since the dawn of civilization?
Nobody cares. People are curious if Illidan is gonna come back or not.
What is the real purpose of all of their cute little installations slammed into the side of the planet? Do we know everything we need to know about their real intentions for our world? Just saying. BlizzCon. All of these hooks. And 100 more. 68. Carry the 2. A bunch more. All cooking in the pot. Started to reveal a storyline. Something epic. How epic? Real epic.
He has been doing this for a while.
A
he knows how to hype up a crowd.
Every way. Feels like the culmination of the first 20 years of our storytelling. A storyline provided we do our jobs, we do the thing.
What is the thing?
That will vector us into the next 20 years of adventure.
That is a very fucking tall order to fill, considering the past expansions, the past few of them.
BlizzCon. Are you with me, BlizzCon?
They're literally repeating what Yoshi P said at the FanFest. Yoshi P is also like, we're planning the next 10 years now. And these are like, you know what? We're planning the next 20. Oh, World Soul. We're actually gonna be dealing with Azeroth right now. Are we actually pulling out the fucking sword now?
Saga is so epic, as we covered.
I think we're wrong. No, hold on.
Within any single expansion.
They're just explaining the story. It's not the expansion.
Play out over multiple expansions.
We're not there yet.
Few years. Come on now.
They're stretching it out so much. Yeah, I don't think they have a lot to announce.
Ways to deliver this adventure to you a little faster than you're used to. We're not going to get into it at this BlizzCon. Forgive me.
Which one then?
Peeled, I assure you, we are moving with purpose. And the last thing we really want is for y'all to have your grandkids controlling your mouse and your keyboard trying to wrap this thing up. So, it's coming. Also, given the scale of this monster, we have decided to change it up today. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun.
He has my attention. Where is he going with it?
Debuting your next expansion all on its lonesome, we have decided to give you a glimpse at your next 3 expansion sets.
What? Oh, come the fuck on. They're not doing this.
Does this meet with your approval, BlizzCon?
Yeah, huh?
My
What?
friends, I'm gonna warn you, there may be mild spoilers ahead.
Yeah, no, fucking... What?
Actually, I'm just kidding. They ain't mild. Buckle up.
Oh, they are
Ready,
just...
BlizzCon?
They're about to wake up some really paranoid people who are gonna be like theory crafting everything for the next like 6 years.
The first part of the World Soul Saga and your 10th expansion is called World of Warcraft: The War Within.
Isn't that a Prince of Persia game?
In this chapter, you will be descending into the heart of Azeroth itself, exploring new subterranean kingdoms and engaging with ancient cultures like the Earthen and the terrifying Nerubians of Azj-Kahet.
Wow. Feel like we're wrong. Hold on.
But as the forces of darkness close in around our precious world soul.
It might be one of the expansions. They said 3.
Yeah, that's you. Will be called to do what you always do, which is
Kill shit.
dispense indiscriminate justice upon all those who got it coming.
That's what I said, yeah.
Talk to me, BlizzCon!
They're announcing 3? Well, yeah. Otherwise, what's the point of saying 3 expansions and not announcing them?
The second part of the
There you
World
go.
Soul Saga is called World of Warcraft Midnight.
They're really going Marvel on this, aren't they?
In this chapter,
Endwalker and everything.
You will be returning, ready, to the old world. To the fabled lands of Quel'Thalas.
Wow, afternoon.
The forces of the Void have invaded
World of
Azeroth,
Warcraft tea time.
intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into darkness and fear. You
Isn't that
will
Shadowlands?
not only
No,
help
Shadowbringer, sorry.
reunify
Wrong
the
expansion, end
scattered
game.
elven tribes of Azeroth, but you will make your stand with the forces of the light and banish the shadow forever.
Wow, that's wild. Man.
Of course, BlizzCon, it is Azeroth. Things may not go to plan. Things may just spiral wildly out of control, leading us to the third part of the World Soul Saga. World of Warcraft, the Last Titan.
Huh?
In this chapter, you will again
Do you guys have phones?
to the old
Yeah.
world, this time to the wintry lands of Northrend. And there, at Ulduar, you will bear witness to the return of the Titans to Azeroth. And there, you will uncover a vast conspiracy, one that stretches throughout the history of the world, one that will challenge everything you think you know about the Titans, their intentions, and the true nature of Azeroth itself. In time, my friend, in time.
What are they
And
yelling?
it's called Silithus. There you go.
Okay, so we are going back to the fucking sword. Finally.
BlizzCon, my hope, our dear hope, is that you can see when it comes to WoW storytelling. We ain't screwing around.
I won't lie, this kind of got me excited just because they have like 3 expansions planned. But I don't know. I'm still very skeptical of this.
Now, Blizzcon. Hearken to me.
He's really good at this, isn't he?
Thank you. Whether you are a current player, and I'm gonna bet that most of you are.
Nah.
Or maybe you jumped off the WoW train a few expansions ago.
Oh, yeah.
Now is the time to come home. Now is the time to pull on your boots, pick up your broadsword or your favorite glowy staff, and get in this fight. Friends, Azeroth needs her defenders now more than ever. Now.
I feel like she needed us when the big sword was in her and it's still there. It's been there for 2 expansions and 3 even. I feel like she's needed us for a while. Strummer, you need to go. Go where? I'm sorry, you got drafted, excuse me. Fucking what?
Small, heartfelt moments. What you're about to see is one of those moments.
Oh, they're actually gonna show something. There's that. Whoa, hold on. They're actually gonna show something. I was skeptical about Rita, but they're gonna show something. Let's go, guys.
Let the World Soul Saga begin.
Okay, let's see. What do we got to show? Oh, hey, Anduin. Okay, I'm kind of already disinterested. Oh, he cut his hair too. Yo, they're going the Ryan Gosling route. Let's go. And he has a beard. Holy fuck. Oh man, he is not taking care of that sword. You know, dad's keepsake and all. Warrior of Light looking gold. Yep. What is he pondering about? Oh man, Jaina's here, I guess. Is it Jaina? Or is it Thrall? It is Thrall.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
He's waiting for Dawn Trail.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions.
He's trying to figure out how many licks it takes to get to the set of the Tootsie Pop. Yeah. That's what he's pondering. Oh yeah, the cutscenes are really good. I'm glad the cinematic team is still, like, getting paid.
Something. Someone is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream.
Didn't he say the same thing when Ragnaros came out?
Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
Yo.
I'm not that person anymore.
I've killed people.
I have no light.
Oh, Jesus.
Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
Dang, dude, chill. Fine, Tootsie Pop, have it. It is the gotta, yeah.
Your past, Anduin.
More money put into the cinematic than the entire Overwatch team.
I trust you.
Hear me.
But damn, he's Sag, yeah.
Worse.
Hear, feel, think. Oh no, they're actually going for the Heideling story arc. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, hold on. Midnight, we're going back to the old world. We're going to Asians.
Of course I will.
Oh my fuck.
But we were drawn here by the voice. Who was
Hold on. This is actually Final Fantasy XIV lore now. What the fuck?
I'm not sure yet.
Hear, feel. Oh no.
But
Oh,
that sword
Chad, we are
was aimed at someone.
King's sword. Chad, remember how just recently we were shitting on this fucking sword? They're actually bringing it back. Oh. Chad, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of interested. I'm actually kind of tempted to go back.
I guess we're not ignoring.
Still nowhere near big enough, by the way. Look, it's not about the size, it's about the motions and emotions.
Every time I see that cinematic, and I've seen it many times, it gets me right in my heart.
Don't mean to be rude, but why is she here? Where's Chris Metzen? Why did they switch?
We are so excited about where we are going. And now that you've seen or heard the overview for the World So Saga,
Well, with cutscene like this, of course you hype. To be fair, I barely gave a shit about the Shadowlands one, and I kind of gave a shit. It was fun to watch, but I didn't really give a shit. And I barely gave a shit about the Dragonflight trailer as well. But because this, like, it seems so similar to 14, I'm just...
The void brings destruction and darkness that threatens all light in our world.
I'll tell you why I'm tempted to play this now. I'll tell you after the presentation.
She was right. And while Anduin, Thrall, and others share the same visions emanating from the heart of the world, some are seeing something quite different.
My visions.
Hey, Illyria.
Are not the same as the others. No radiance. No song. Just the shadow. Taunting me. From below.
Ashkahed. Oh, that is gonna be annoying to say. Isle of Dorn. Another island. Fucking another island. For fuck's sake. Virgin Deeps. Okay. Hollow Fall. Oh, wait, hold on. Was that the sword coming from the ceiling? Yo, that's actually sick. Hold on. Oh no, this is the 14 expansion. What's the Charlene zone? The one with the you know, atmosphere underground. Labyrinthos. It's Labyrinthos, guys. We got Labyrinthos. They really need to make World of Warcraft 2, because all I'm seeing with this trailer is PS1 Spyro. Yeah, that's what we're all seeing. But to be fair, in their defense, Spyro was a good game.
Lies deep. within.
Oh, I saw her somewhere, I think. Maybe. Oh.
In the War Within, alongside beautiful, unique underground zones, we will have challenging dungeons and raids and some new features too that are built to last. If you like exploring on your own with a couple of friends or family, we have delves. These are a variety of bite-sized experiences for 1 to 5 players that will offer endgame rewards. You may also find in your delve a familiar character who'd be willing to fight alongside you.
Anduin?
And if you're like me,
I think we
and you
noticed.
have an obsession with alts, we have war bands.
They're already talking about alts. Can you not?
Like family,
I'll be back lurking. No worries, Gibbles.
reputations, tread mods, and more. We're also introducing a new layer of customization for your class specs with hero talents.
My sister
You might want to
Madeline.
take your character down the path
Oh wait,
of a
one
Dark
game.
Ranger, let's
Yes.
say, or a Farseer, and more. Also, during your travels underground, you will meet the Earthen Dwarves, and you'll be able to unlock them as our new allied race.
New fucking dwarves. Can you fucking not?
I mean, who doesn't love a dwarf?
Are you? Is this what's happening now? They're just gonna make new races out of old
There's
races.
so much more to talk about, so please join the What Next panel.
We already got
coming
2
up
types
right
of
after
dwarves.
the
Why the
opening
3rd?
ceremony right here. What I can tell you, though, is that the call to get into the fight to save our world will ring out when the War Within releases.
There's already a lot,
next
yeah.
year.
A lot of them.
And lastly, I sincerely want to say, we are so excited to begin this new journey with you. And from our hearts to yours, thank you for bringing our world to life.
So the reason I'm actually excited after that trailer is because it's very similar to 14. But when I started playing this game, when I started playing World of Warcraft,
all the teams who presented today.
I don't think he has a lot to say, so I'm just gonna lower the volume a bit. But the reason I'm excited to actually try this expansion out is because when I started playing this game, it's because I wanted to be in on the joke. They announced the panda expansion. There were pandas and shit, and I thought, I want to be part of the joke. I want to see what the fuck this is all about. People are memeing the fuck out of Kung Fu Panda and shit. I want to be part of this, and I'm getting the similar feeling right now. Like, this feels like a joke. This feels like it's gonna be fun for the wrong reasons. And I'm actually curious of actually trying this now. I'm actually curious about the expansion. I'm not sure if I'll do classic, but I'm actually tempted to do retail now. Everyone's still gonna ERP as elves anyway, that's true. But, you know, some dwarves will be dwarves. So I get that nostalgic feeling I had like 8-9 years ago when I saw the Mists of Pandaria expansion. I'm getting that feeling of like, I want to be in, I want to see what the fuck they're actually thinking here. What are they cooking? And because it's so fucking similar to Final Fantasy, like a lot of the talking points were very similar to Final Fantasy 14, and because a lot of the stuff they're showing and the expansions are also so similar to that, just want to see where the fuck they're going with this. It's like, it's morbid curiosity. It's like people that want to see, like, are very curious to see a dead body. That's what I want to see. Like, I want to look at it. Like, what the fuck is going on there? So I am very, very curious about where they're going with this. Next, they give the game to Yoshi P to save it. Can you imagine just randomly Yoshi P comes out? Hello!
BlizzCon 2023 would like to thank our partners.
Today we're gonna talk about the new expansion. We're back to BlizzCon? Yeah, we're back. The Microsoft deal is Candy Crush, actually. That's true, that's true.
Over the next 2 days, there will be a series of 8 panels and presentations showcasing a variety of exciting new games and updates, led by some of Blizzard's amazing creators, artists, and designers. So, to kick it all off,
exciting.
here's our first presentation, World of Warcraft, What's Next?
Hey, it's that guy that's not Chris Metzen. Why does he look like the nostalgia critic?
4 years have passed since the mortal races gathered together in Anaheim, California.
What?
And now, the drums of Blizzcon thunder once again. Let me hear the thunder! Yes!
Yeah, these devs are way better than the previous presentators.
And welcome to the World of Warcraft What's Next panel.
Let's go.
My name is Taryn Gregory, and as maybe
Oh, Taryn Gregory, now I remember who he is. He's responsible for the cinematic and the machinima stuff. He's been part of the company for ages now that I think about it.
The World Soul Saga. A story that will play out over the next 3 expansions and will take us on an adventure in World of Warcraft like we've never experienced before.
I'm curious.
This saga kicks off with the War Within.
The War Within.
Chapter, our heroes will be called on an expedition to the subterranean depths of Azeroth, revealing a new world full of mystery, wonder, and darkness. There
Hear,
we'll confront the
feel,
shadows below and face new challenges on the battlefield as well as in ourselves. So what is next? During this section, I'll share an overview of the story of the War Within, and then next you'll hear from Maria Hamilton, who will speak to zones and cultures, and then wrapping up with Morgan Day, who will talk about dungeons, the raid, and our new systems. Let's dig in. In our cinematic reveal,
New systems, guys.
enjoy the cinematic?
Can't say I like it.
Big shout out to the cinematic team for their work on that. It's just incredible work. We witnessed as Thrall found Anduin Wrynn, who has been wandering alone for the last few years, grappling, lost in his own thoughts, and dealing with the experience that he's been through, as many of you may have remembered. Throughout this and our features trailer, we learned 2 very important developments, starting with these visions. Thrall spoke of a vision calling out from the heart of
I
the
don't
world,
fucking change.
like a voice from a dream. This radiant song will compel our heroes to investigate its origins, and while at the same time, a darkness has been gathering. Even as the heroes adventured on the Dragon
Oh
Isles,
no,
and in the war
that's the
within,
Asian.
this harbinger that Iridikron spoke of will reveal themselves. Xal'atath has returned.
Yo, I know her. I played her in Legion as a priest.
Black blade that once bound her. She is now the harbinger of a new era of the Void's dark machinations. And her message is clear. The Black Empire has fallen. The old gods are dead. And their ancient blood runs deep within the cracks of the world. We, the heroes of Azeroth, destroyed them. The forces of the Horde and the Alliance have proven time and again they are among the most powerful armies that have ever stood. The Harbinger has watched this. She is patient. And while the Black Empire failed, Xal'atath now seeks to set in motion the rise of a new dark legacy. One that knows our true strength.
Yeah, to be fair, I kind of fuck with her outfit. I kind of like it.
Threat of terrible power
But I'm a druid player, so I know I'm not gonna wear it.
of Ashkahet. Xal'atath has conscripted the Nerubian queen Ansurek, having offered her
I will show him a deep crack. What the fuck?
one in which they will rise from their isolation as a mighty kingdom once again. And here in this sprawling city of Ashkahet, we will not find the undead soldiers of the Lich King that we faced before.
The old gods are like the tentacle monsters. Yeah, that's them.
Deadly survivors of the mythic wars that have played out time and again.
That was an impossible raid boss. Yeah, sure, kind of like that. Something like that, yeah.
Xal'atath has granted the Nerubians the means of a dark evolution. One that will turn the Nerubians into a new kind of ferocious and terrifying soldier that we will clash against time and again in the War Within. Now let's talk about who we'll be adventuring with. How do you like the key art?
Wow. I do kind of fuck with it. It has that very old like RPG feel to it, doesn't it?
Unique challenges. Anduin, having survived his ordeal with domination. Yes, look at the art. Oh, incredible artwork. Anduin will be grappling with his relationship to the holy light that he no longer feels worthy of, while Thrall is seeking a connection to these visions, spreading across the world and working to find his new place in the Horde. While Magni Bronzebeard, long the Speaker of Azeroth,
who cares about Magni?
the weight of that responsibility once and for all.
What the fuck?
Champion! The
Champion!
world is champion! Yes!
For Azeroth, champion!
But that brings us to, I know you saw this in the features trailer, Alleria Windrunner.
Man, he looks like me when I wake up. Yeah. Yo, Alleria fucking got an upgrade. She looks sick.
Will be central to the events of the themes of the War Within, as she, a Void Hunter, will use all of her prowess to hunt down the Harbinger while being torn between her own nature and the maddening call of the Void, to which she is attuned.
Void Hunter. Do you think that's gonna be the new class?
She will have a unique rivalry with Xal'atath, whose twists and turns will come to define the nature of this new conflict. Of course, we'll see many more familiar faces on our journey and meet a host of new and interesting characters along the way that Maria is going to tell you more about in just a moment. But finally, this saga is only just beginning.
They will add a new class, the Cobra.
Yes! Conceived to be an epic worthy of the first 20 years of World of Warcraft, the World Soul Saga aims to redefine the storytelling in our expansion set and strike boldly at the core themes that define Warcraft. The might of heroes, the responsibility of that power, the pursuit of justice. Got to do my best Mets in there. Justice! And the importance of finding common ground as well as ourselves amidst adversity. Up next, may I introduce Maria Hamilton, who will be sharing more about our zones and cultures in the War Within. Thank you so much.
Okay. You got me interested. How far you gonna take it? Let's see.
Hello, BlizzCon. Wow, I am so excited to be here and delighted to represent our team and tell you about the places that we will explore and the cultures we will encounter in the War Within. I can't really see all of you out there. I know there's a lot of you, though, because I can hear you. And I hope to hear lots of oohs and ahs when you see some of this cool art I've got to show you. So let's get started. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Thank you.
Did someone boo?
As Taryn mentioned earlier, we'll be called by the Radiant Song, dreamlike visions that come from the heart of the Azeroth. This summons is going to lead us to the subcontinent of Khazalgar.
Are you fucking kidding me? Another fucking island. Another continent.
It's only through recent explorations in Uldaman that we've discovered a Watcher report concerning a contingent of Earthen that was sent to this place long, long ago to investigate a fissure in the sector. What exactly that means?
You guys remember when I literally just bitched about a lot of the content from World of Warcraft? Specifically how we unlock new hidden islands and continents every time.
There you go. Alright, we have
I guess it is what it is.
Forged Earthen before, of course, in Ulduar and other places. But this society of Earthen
Machine speakers, dang. That sounds like a cool like metal band. Machine speakers.
And have developed their own manners and customs.
Oathsworn, I swear we had Oathsworn in WoW already.
And they're noticeably blinged out. They've got gems all over them, bedazzled, blinged out, you know, that kind of thing, right? But philosophically, they are guided.
Those cartographers weren't paid. It definitely feels like it.
Orders, duties, and expectations that provide instructions for the core functions of their society. You know, Titans, order, all that, right? But the Titans have been absent for eons, and the Earthen are no longer united in their adherence.
I'm actually curious, is this gonna be like a dwarf race for both Alliance and the Horde, or what are they? What's the plan here?
As their name suggests, still uphold the edicts faithfully and believe everyone else is doing it wrong. Their charge is guarding the Core Way, a Titan passageway that leads right to the core of Azeroth. They're primarily the city dwellers. They live conveniently near the object of their responsibility, that core way. Now, the Unbound, in contrast, have abandoned the edicts, and they are considered scandalously rebellious by the Oathsworn.
Scandalously.
Their original responsibility was providing the materials to keep the Titan installation supplied. And they're primarily rural. They're living in
They need to make hot race if they want to attract players. I mean, they got a couple of hot races, but unfortunately, popularity within World of Warcraft doesn't play in hotness. The ERP community is way smaller than you'd think. People actually want these like short-ass, ugly-ass, like hard, volatile-looking-ass orcs, trolls, Andalari, dwarves, shit like that. They actually want races like that. Goblins.
Under the surface that allow them to perform their functions in accordance with edicts, more or less. These different perspectives among the Earthen and their variable adherence to the Titan's edicts has weakened the society as originally structured. And that's not good, of course. But a much more serious problem is their steadily dwindling numbers. For reasons that I'm not going to get into here and now,
due to race skill, that and the whole fantasy of World of Warcraft is like to be gruff and very warrior-esque. Whatever you do, you want to be like as rough looking as possible.
The Earthen will eventually be unlocked as an allied race. Yeah, like sweet, don't they? Yeah.
That is a bearded lady, top left. Right? That is a bearded lady. I guess nothing wrong there, just very confusing.
Or the Alliance. Yeah. It is, of course, player's choice which side you wish to ally with. But as you can see from a small sampling of combinations, there's some fantastic variations and customizations coming.
Oh, it's going to be both Alliance and the Horde. Oh, okay. Okay.
Beards for all body types. Rocky skin patterns.
I guess is there different for one of you to play? Yeah,
now that golden mohawk with the braids and the fringe beard, that's quite the look. But I really like the beardless guy with the bushy blonde eyebrows. He looks so cool. He's just kind of like, yep, what do you want me to do? So anyway, all right, moving on. Another cool culture that players will encounter in the War Within is the Arathi. Yeah. Yeah, and you probably have questions, right? So these are descendants of the original Arathorian Empire, and they've arrived relatively recently and through some somewhat mysterious circumstances.
I like their
gear.
gear.
Trapped here within Khazalgar. Mysterious mostly because I can't say anything more about it just yet because of spoilers, but it's not like spooky.
Leather cloth, male.
As a people,
plate.
the Arathi are worshippers and wielders of holy fire.
Okay.
They're dedicated to bringing hope and light to the darkness. They're tough, resilient people, with every member of the society being an able combatant. Some few are further
they look very Warhammer-esque, you know, or the Emperor.
By sacred flame. The extent
But like aesthetically, not thematically.
Because they have established a home away from home in an enormous cavern bordered by an endless underground sea, from which terrifying creatures emerge to
endless underground sea.
Create havoc.
How hollow is our planet?
But they're really, really tough. These watery monstrosities, though, are nothing compared to the threat from below. A constant swarm of Nerubians has been held back so far from invading the Arathi lands. The assault is unrelenting, the threat is dire, and the Arathi can't hold much longer. These bastions of light against the darkness are far from home and limited in number. Sure would be terrible if there was also division within the Arathi ranks. Just saying. That would be pretty rough, what with them being so outnumbered.
Oh man, that's wild.
Probably help them. All right, speaking of the Nerubians in the War Within, we'll explore their last kingdom deep within Khazalgar. These ancient survivors of the Black Empire who rejected their former masters have developed their own culture here in the deep darkness. As
They are spooky looking.
Xalatath has made a bargain with the
Yo, they look cool. Yeah, they do.
Who seeks a new future and
Spider people.
glory for her people.
I would like this as an allied race, not another dwarf race though.
Capable and devious adversaries who have been honing their skills with their constant assault on the Arathi. But domination hasn't come fast enough for the Queen's taste, as the Arathi has managed to hold against this onslaught. So this deal with the Harbinger
They may want to play that,
has
yeah.
included some assistance for her troops.
They look really,
Some dark
really cool.
alchemical process, Xalatath
Though we probably know that it's not gonna happen because people have been asking for Naga playable race for ages, obviously not realizing that's never gonna happen. But I think they're also like very set on not having enemy races as playable.
To achieve the Harbinger's schemes. It appears
Specifically
to be a
story
win-win situation.
enemy races.
But not all Nerubians share their sovereign's enthusiasm for change and her embrace of Xalatath. Shadowy figures with far too many limbs maneuver against the Harbinger's
With far too
plans
many
in
limbs.
opposition to the Queen's desire. As you might expect, any foray into this Nerubian kingdom introduces us to a variety of citizens, including some forms we've never encountered before.
Huh? Hold on.
Here's a layout of some of the Nerubian models that are completed and also some that are in progress, as well as scale reference for goblins and humans, so you just get a sense of size.
Why is that goblin so big? That goblin is way too big for a human specifically.
As beasts of burden and pets. The team is hard at work building out the full range of carapaces, carapae, I don't know, whichever, skittering legs, grabby arms, piercing spiky bits, and creepy eyes for you to enjoy, I guess. All right, let's talk about our zones. The surface of Khazalgar is our first zone, called the Isle of Dorn.
It looks very similar to like that little there's a beer keg right on top there.
The fertile soil, flowering plant life,
It's very similar to like the little town not far from Ironforge, the one that's like past the tunnel. Reminds me of that place.
This volatile substance is manufactured from
It would be too much work to adapt armors to them. I don't think it's too much work. The issue is like the mounts. The scaling, the weird, are like have a lot of trouble getting on mounts. Yo, Griffin, look at that shit.
Understandably protective of their hives. Now the roosts at Storm Watch are wreathed with lightning and fierce winds. These wild elemental rooks may choose to serve a member of the Oathsworn, who, if so blessed, becomes a Storm Rider, one of the guardian warriors of the earth and people.
Griffin looks cool. I need. Okay.
From time to time, but for the most part, the existence is fairly relatively peaceful, fairly sort of peaceful. Their comfortable homes are often situated near the places where they once labored as adherents to the edicts. Those sites are now in disrepair, and in some cases, the lair of other creatures. Of course, the Isle of Dorn boasts a great
This looks like
city where the Oathsworn live
big
and
hammer
serve
above the
needs
door.
of the Titans.
Very dwarf-esque.
The city of Dornagal is the location of many important civic buildings, markets, traders, and crafters. And it's here that a traveler will find the expected amenities of a capital city, as well as the
that's our
Titan
capital.
Causeway, the defense of which is the Oathsworn's primary charge. Now, beneath the surface of the Isle of Dorn lies our second zone, the Ringing Deeps.
What the fuck?
As the name suggests, it is here
The sewers?
that the Earthen are engaged in their work in accordance with the edicts. In these industrial areas of this cavernous space are huge, complicated machines, lava-heated foundries and forges, and waterworks. Both
It kind of reminds me of that.
huge machinery.
Does anyone remember the water zone, the whole water factory from Burning Crusade? What was it called? I don't remember.
The Earth has shifted too in places, revealing openings to the sky above to the Isle of Dorn. These cenotes bring light and water into areas once shrouded in darkness.
Looks like the new region in Genshin. Okay. Yo, that's a buff kobold. What the fuck? I have not seen a buff kobold yet. What the fuck?
That we delivered the fantasy of the hard-working industry, but still had some break-up areas of natural beauty that don't feel like dark.
Of course, there's going to be a lava zone. Oh, of course.
Now, as the machine speaker population has dropped, they've had increasing difficulties with kobold incursions. And indeed, the kobolds have taken over the mines, the work areas. They've even built a city of their own. Unexpectedly, the kobolds are actually becoming a force to be reckoned with under the
kobolds build
of their
this.
leader,
What?
the Candle King. You knew it had to be a
Candle King. Fucking what?
No take candle. No take handle.
Yeah, it's like we know kobolds are just like little brainless shits that just go like, yo, take candle. Like, they're dumb. Dude, this is like very out there. This is like a very steep turn.
Creative methods must be employed if the edicts are to be obeyed. So they're kind of making it up as
They evolved, I guess.
From the ringing deeps,
Very interested in the way that they evolved.
A vast hollow area in the earth, bordered by an endless underground sea. This
Guys, check it out. It's Labyrinthos. There's the fucking sword.
Has allowed the Arathi to survive.
What
Using
the
their
fuck?
airships to travel to high plateaus and establish docks, light towers, villages, and even a priory.
Hold on, is that the tip of the
From
sword?
the capital of Mereldar, these trapped
They
people
were influenced by Asians. Yo, it makes sense.
While engaged in a near constant
It
battle
would
with
make
the
sense.
Nubians at their borders. The open spaces, the bright light, and the greenery are intended to feel as though we're on the surface, somehow, rather than in this sort of strange hollow within Azeroth. The crystal provides brilliant
You know what this reminds me of? The underground level of Final Fantasy IV.
have opened their blossoms toward the light and seem to
That reminds me of that, the dwarves and everything.
Unfortunately, the Crystal Sun has been changing in recent years. Where
Crystal
once the light
Sun?
was steady and reliable, it now fades without warning, plunging the Arathi into darkness, save where they have built light towers.
That's not the sun though. That's literally, isn't that Sargeras' sword, the one that's in Silithus?
Dangerous Kobis and other fierce
Is that
creatures
separate? It
emerge
would have
from
been
the
cool
sea
if it
to
was the
rampage.
sword, but
As the Arathi are barely holding back the Nerubians, these unpredictable episodes are incredibly demoralizing.
Elden Ring
and
looks
deadly.
weird.
Happily,
I mean, it looks weird before World of Warcraft too.
and at the deepest descent in the war within, we reach the zone of Aj-Kahet. That almost rhymes. Anyway, the Nerubian city of Threads has been built on the ruins of itself, over and over and over again. As areas decay and crumble, a new district is built upon its ruins, and as a result, the city climbs ever higher. Those Nerubians favored by the queen,
Aw, look at that spider. It has a little tiara.
or
It-
both,
It's the Queen
command
Flay.
the greatest views and live in the highest places over these swarming masses of the many districts.
Honestly, not a fan. It reminds me of the aquatic area in BFA. The one with fucking mana pearls and fucking water goblins, whatever the fuck they were.
Of fine silks, fascinating alchemical discoveries, and other exotic and hard-to-find goods.
Basically, Made in Abyss expansion. You go underground.
And scholars
Yes.
toil to maintain the history of their people and research myths and
To be fair, people thought the same thing about Labyrinthos, so technically, yeah.
in less than savory neighborhoods, both well-known and secret, that the careful adventurer could discover, should they risk life and limb to do so. But the key to such exploration is fitting in among the Nerubians and being accepted.
Fitting in. Oh, we're gonna be friends with them.
Best accomplished through skill in the use of pheromones and
What?
considerable bravery. The zone
We're gonna
of
fight and
Aj-Kahet
fuck the
features
spiders?
areas of spectacular dark beauty.
Underground, OMG novelty.
that have found a way to live among the Nerubians.
To be honest, I'm a fan of big underground weird civilization. I mean, I wouldn't mind this, but we've had so many at this point. We've seen this concept before. We've had to deal with this.
To achieve Xalatath's schemes has stirred up all
Like
sorts
this,
of inhabitants.
this has been a whole theme since.
Deep within the city itself, the
Well, not Burning
Nerubians
Crusade,
are
definitely Wrath of the
gathering
Lich
an
King.
odd substance, the black blood of
So
the
when do we
old
start
gods,
gaming?
for
Fucking,
some
I don't know.
unknown purpose. But I'm
When
sure
the
that's
expansion
fine.
comes out, I guess.
And now I'd like to talk a little bit about our zone flow. As I mentioned, awesome, huh?
Yo, hold on, is that dragon fighting?
Isle of Dorne into the ringing
We're dragon
deeps,
fighting a
into
griffin.
Hallfall,
Yo,
and into
what's up?
Aj-Kahet.
Let's go.
In the War Within, all of our zones are connected all together using the airlock technology that we developed for Zarelek Cavern, allowing for this seamless descent from the Isle of Dorne all the way to Aj-Kahet. That was video I just captured last week of the transition between the
Won.
ringing deeps and
Of course you won.
As
You're gonna
you
be
can
playing
see,
Alliance, aren't you?
we built for
Because they get the
dynamic
griffin
flight,
just like
and we were able to flow directly between the
as soon as
zones
they get
without
to
the load
storm with
swing.
like the main
There is some seriously
Alliance
amazing
HUD.
speedy goodness to be had moving across these zones and through these spaces. It feels so cool to burst out of a really tight area and into just a huge drop like that. It's so exhilarating.
Wow.
Now, this blobby map that
I'm a simple person.
was an
Yeah.
early attempt during development of our zone flow to try to figure out how we would stack these zones together and achieve the relationship between their geography and geometry that made sense and felt great to traverse. We ended up with something slightly different than this, but this is pretty representative to explain what the world builders were thinking about when they planned these spaces out. It was really important to our design that while 3 of the 4 zones are technically underground, they didn't feel that way, and that they were distinctly different from one another. We pursued that goal by introducing the natural cenotes in the ringing deeps and leaning into the fantasy of the classic underground foundry and industrial workspaces. So even in the zone that felt the tightest, there's places that look as though they're actually on the surface. And within Hollowfall, we created a massive hollow space in a cavern so vast it feels like an exterior.
A bit off topic. You know how usually they have monitors in front of them to kind of see what the fuck the presentation is showing? I realize either those monitors are like off stage, far away from them, or it's literally the mirror surface of the ground that they're using for this.
I hope you enjoyed this.
Which is technically clever, but it's like it's also funny.
So now it's time for me to introduce you to Morgan Day, who's going to give you lots of information about dungeons, raids, and systems.
Morgan Day?
Thanks very much. Bye.
Is he related to Morgan Afternoon? Dungeons, raids, and systems. Well, Chad, I'm scared. I'm worried what they're gonna announce specifically for systems and raids.
My name is Morgan.
Specifically the new systems.
To you about some of the upcoming
Funny Strummer.
features and systems in the War Within. I'm sure I'll also make some
Month banner.
that I'll regret later in thumbnails,
Ban.
but
Timeout.
whatever.
Get her out of
First
here.
up, let's talk about dungeons. There'll be
Hey, dungeons. Let's see.
There'll be 8 new dungeons coming in the War
Yo,
Within.
okay, 8
4
dungeons.
during
Let's
level up,
fucking go.
and
So
8
8 dungeons for
that
Mythic
Maria
Plus.
walked us through.
And
As
no
well as
more
4
fucking
at
old
max
ass
level.
dungeons to do
A lot of
in the
really
rotation,
cool stuff
hopefully.
happening in these dungeons. For instance, we have like a kobold dungeon where you'll meet that candle.
I'm to announce
king, where there's, like, a
critically
light mechanic that
critically
takes
dungeon and
place.
variable dungeon. Oh
Keep
no.
going to light your way. There's a
I mean, to be fair, they
dragon dungeon,
technically have a version of the
but
Criterion
also
dungeon, which
one of
which
my
are
favorites is
the mega
Cinder
dungeons.
Eatery that Maria just talked us through. So this is a dungeon that takes place on our first zone, the Isle of Dorn, which is where you'll experience
It's the
all
underground
of our urban
bees.
buddies, and this is the place where
Guys,
they
are you
make that
excited for the
cinder
underground
brew mead that she was talking
bees?
about. You know, they take in all that honey that they gather from throughout the zone,
Cinder
to make
brew
mead, to do all kinds of fun and
bees.
or nefarious things with. Although I do have to say, I feel like they're a little bit behind the times. I feel like all the kids drinking that, you know, hard seltzer or something these days, but whatever. They're old school, I get it. Next up, our raid, the Nerubar Palace. So this is an 8-boss raid that will take place in the zone of Aj-Kahet. And this is really the culmination of all of those machinations we keep hearing about that we see play out between the Nerubian Empire, their queen, and her collaboration.
Not the bees! Not the bees!
So for
Bee
this next
mount.
one,
Yeah, another
we
bee
won't
mount.
show things this early, but I thought it'd be
I've
cool
never
to
gotten
share.
the one in
On
BFA.
the left
Maybe
there, you
maybe
can
it's
kinda
time.
see
Maybe
the
it's time to
top-down
return and get
view
the
of
bee
raid,
mount.
And on the right, it's more of like a side cutout. So we like to work on all of our dungeons and raids when they still look like this, as it's much easier to iterate while we're in 2D than it is to
Okay.
kind of change the zones around.
Okay, they
once
changed
in the
up at
game it's all
least
blocked out. So to
some
step
of the
us through the raid
stuff.
really quickly,
Usually,
after
it used to be like a bunch of like
you'll very quickly
wings
fall and
for
or get
each.
knocked into
Actually,
one
it
of
still
those
kind of looks like
giants
it,
of
but
that
it's like
Black Blood of the Old God that you'll hear much more about in Aj-Kahet. And then you'll battle your way through the harvest pits, and then finally traverse your way back up through the stalactite wing, which is not a final name, I promise.
Okay.
Until you finally fight your way into the Queen's Inner Sanctum, where you'll come face
seems
to
very
face
similar
with her as the
to.
Empress. So
What's
as
the
you'll
raid?
see, this'll kind of feel like a winged raid in terms of the
For
vibes.
some reason, I'm getting a lot of like
Appearance, it'll actually be
Nighthold and Tomb of Sargeras vibes from this.
with some winged vibes. So
It could be
something
just
that I
me,
also think is fun to talk about really quick
but the layout
is,
kind of
with all of our dungeons and
reminds me of
raids, we
that.
like to try to explore like what is the thing that's going to make this space feel really unique, that's going to make it stand out from all the other times that we've built these dungeons and raids. And with this space, we really thought that, given that we have the Nerubian to play with, they've got all these amazing like webs and silken threads that you can kind of traverse.
Man, I'm so excited to explore the spider people because they have webs.
So I think that'll be really fun.
It's gonna be super cool, guys. Webs.
Next up, let's talk about systems.
It's like that game where you play as a little spider and you go about shooting webs. I need to play that game. It looked fun.
Systems at a really high level, but first I want to talk about some
Is Storgas coming back? Let's see. Are we getting borrowed power again?
So first and foremost, we really want to continue to extend the philosophies of Dragonflight into the War Within. And really, when we talk about that, there's three main pillars that I want to touch on. First, we really want to make sure that we're focusing on evergreen features. We want to make sure that we're making World of Warcraft better forever and not focusing on things that we know we're going to have to leave behind as we move into future expansions.
Oh, finally, fucking learning. Man, I sure don't miss Islands Expeditions.
Next, we want to make sure that there's something...
Can they show the presentation? I would like to read what the fuck is on the screen.
A PvPer, a collector, or apparently like Holly, you just love to play tons of alts and run around the world.
I'm listening, but I would like to also see what the fuck is on the screen.
That you can really geek out over.
Who's responsible for production?
And finally, we want to make sure that we're continuing
now he's standing there.
And build on our systems and content with people who play multiple characters in mind. We want to make sure
you focus. Respecting players' time. They say that every expansion, don't they? Like that one last point I don't really care, or I can't be really much caring about it. Because they say that in every interview and every like expansion presentation, we're here to respect your time, and then they don't.
So let's talk about delves. Delves are a new feature that will be integrated.
No, if you see the presentation, you can find things to complain about. I will find things to complain about without seeing the presentation, like not seeing the presentation. During the Dragon Scale expedition, their search for lost treasure on Kazalgar. Evergreen feature that is integrated into the outdoor experience. What is the evergreen feature?
For those outdoor world explorers. We really view this as something like when we added World Quests back in Legion, where they are going to be really integrated and transformative into that outdoor world, especially that endgame loop.
Yay, World Quest.
So one of the main reasons I'm stoked about delves is that these will provide an opportunity.
Seasonal content, boys, we're getting battle passes. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna do the gritty, guys. Let's go.
That you're used to, like mounts, achievements, titles, but we'll also be adding
what? Excuse me? Yeah, battle pass, guys. Let's go. Doing the gritty. I'm gonna get dance and emotes. Let's fucking go.
So that all of you outdoor world explorers will be able to share in the joy of, rushing to the Great Vault every week to collect your loot.
Oh god, it's gonna be battle pass for World Quest, isn't it?
There will also be 13 unique delves that we'll be launching War Within with, and delves will scale from 1 to 5 players and be role agnostic. So that means if you want to play a delve solo, that's totally cool. If
Sure, can you explain what the fuck are these, like...
Or you can bring your whole dungeon group
what are they?
And the delve will
what are these adventures? Can you explain, sir? OMG, his voice is trembling, poor guy. Yeah, he's presenting, like, not the best points, like, not something people want to hear right now. Like, this is a lot of more confusing stuff.
Which is that there will be an NPC companion joining you on all of your adventures.
Oh wow, great. I don't care. Explain what the fuck you talked about previously. A seasonal NPC. Yo guys, we get NPCs with Battle Pass. Let's fucking go. Trust, let's go. Yeah, it's gonna be, they're implementing the trust system into the game. Oh no.
I don't have my fingers crossed behind my back right now. So Brandon will have a custom Brandon will have a customizable talents and mechanics and abilities.
Oh, it's your chocobo.
Load out to suit your playstyle and needs. So, maybe you need a little bit of extra healing. Well, you can.
I like that we're just comparing everything to 14 now, because here, Phil, think.
Finally, you wouldn't be exploring with the Dragon Scale expedition if at the end of every delve there wasn't this massive treasure trove that we need Brand to open for us, which hopefully brought a couple of keys to open some of the chests in there. But before Brand can open that vault for you, you'll need to maybe defeat a boss, maybe you'll solve a couple puzzles, something like that.
Wait.
And Brand will be able to open that vault door for you.
Is he talking about Criterion dungeons? He's literally presenting Criterion dungeons, isn't he?
Next up, let's
It's
talk about
Criterion
Warbands.
dungeons.
What's happening?
Fuck.
So warbands are a system that we're introducing that will really be the representation of all of your characters across your Battle.net account. Warbands are an opportunity for us to create a platform where you can share your achievements, resources, and all that other good stuff across all of
They
those
took the worst content, yes.
So the goal of this system is really to be that representation of the philosophy shift that I mentioned earlier about really respecting the time of the player behind the keyboards and not those individual characters. There's actually a ton of additions and modifications. We've talked about a few here. There's no like singular UI.
You need to build upon philosophy of respecting players' time behind the keyboard. Tons of additions. Can you name any?
That says warbands on the back of it. It's how I kind of keep it straight in my head.
Is he gonna like present any examples? Revisiting Transmog to be more alt-friendly. I mean, great.
The transmog rules of how you acquire those.
Let's say you care about this. Like, I would like him to actually go more in depth on some of the stuff he's talking about, but he's just kind of skimming over it. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some adventures. It's gonna be cool. You can get loot. You're gonna get an NPC and just like moves on. Like, what the fuck is it, a dungeon? Or
that won't be the case anymore in War Within.
we're gonna do stuff. Please look forward to it. Yeah, the free bingo point.
And Holly mentioned this already, but this is obviously one that people are looking forward to. All of our reputations as well as renown in
Mango's tummy.
shared across our entire account. Last but not least, let's talk about hero
More talents.
So here's a quick mock-up of what the UI will look like that I think.
Excuse me. Wait, hold on. What is this doing here?
But really quick, let's
He's on balance.
How this will work. So there will be 3 new hero talent trees per class, and 2 will be available per specialization that you can freely choose and swap between.
2 per specialization.
This is
Jesus
another
Christ.
evergreen feature. This is a system that we think is going to provide a new
Sounds like
vector of
fetish
choice and
shitpost.
customization for
Yo,
you
legal
across
masters.
those classes,
Yes.
as well as create opportunities for us to really dig into some of those core classes.
Old Diablo masteries.
So amazing.
Old World of Warcraft masteries.
So Hero Talents will introduce these new, small, self-contained talent trees like you just saw in the UI. And the way I like to think about it is
They missed the league.
currently we have 2 types of talent points. Right?
The
We
league
have class
point
talent
system.
points and specialization
Zero
talent
is
points.
09
Now, there'll be a third thing
21.
called Hero Talent Points. So let's look at a quick example, which hopefully explains it a little bit more. This is a warrior, as you can see.
Okay, explain.
These are the 3 hero talent trees that they'll have available: Mountain Thane, Colossus, and Slayer. And as you can see in the top
What does that
left,
mean?
we have Protection, who will be able to choose between
Oh.
Mountain Thane and Colossus. Up on the right, you see Fury. Yep, that's right. Mountain Thane.
There's
and
just like
Slayer are their
mini
options,
specs
and down
between
at the bottom,
specs.
Colossus
Okay.
and Slayer are their options. So this
Oh,
is
yeah, I
how
kinda
each
fuck
of
with
our
this.
classes are going to look in the War Within. The
So I know you all love talents, so we'll give you more talent trees. Yeah. Bro, that's a chocobo. You were right. Yeah.
look a little different. So let's take a look at how you'll unlock the system as well as how it'll feel playing through as you're leveling through the War
You're,
Within.
oh no.
So the system will.
Oh yeah, I
automatically
kind of fuck with
unlock,
this system if they're
at
like
level
just giving us
71
more
based on
talents and more like
your UI.
utility.
You'll earn 1 talent point per level as you level from 71 to 80. And there are 10 talent points in total with several choice nodes along the way. So I like to think of this as being similar to like the Legion artifact, where as you were leveling and progressing, you were making some choices along the way, but ultimately you're going to unlock the whole tree.
I see.
And also, I want to be very clear here. These are extremely low friction to swap between those choice nodes, as well as to swap between the different hero talent trees.
What does low friction mean? They're very excited. They look very. They're having so much fun.
And will follow all the same rules that you used to there. So, at the start of a raid boss, before Mythic Plus starts, before an arena match kicks off, and anywhere in between. And to wrap us up, I wanted to show off a really quick video of what hero talents look like in action. So this is a warrior, as you can see, pop an avatar, jumping in. And this next one is that same warrior with the Mountain Thane talent tree. As you can see, Stormbolt hits multiple targets. There's a couple of cool new V effects, and a lot of other cool stuff going on there as well. I heard some oohs.
Ooh.
Ooh. Happy. So that about wraps us up for our What's Next panel.
Wait, that's it? There was like more to say about like the whole history and layout panel before that. Why are the systems like so little? Like just like we gave you some more talent trees. Have fun. That's it. Bye. Well, obviously they presented more stuff, but it's like I'm very confused. It's like all lackluster is the content that there is like it's so not in depth, not in depthly presented. Let me see. Schedule.